Hey everybody, my name is Cameron, and today I'll be discussing with you the purpose of the underwriting function. So our book lists eight purposes that the underwriting guidelines serve. And so one, they provide for structured decisions. Two, they ensure uniformity and consistency throughout. Three, they synthesize insights and experience. Number four, they distinguish between routine and non-routine decisions. Five, they avoid duplication of effort. Six, they ensure adherence to reinsurance treaties and planned rate levels. Seven, they support policy preparation and compliance. And eight, they provide a basis for predictive models. And I'm going to go into each of these and explain them to you. So, one, they provide for structured decisions. So, underwriting guidelines provide a structure for all the decisions that they make by identifying major considerations that they all should evaluate for. So basically, an example of this is contractors in a mountainous area. Um, they're obviously more subject to upset and overturn, and therefore requires more scrutiny and premium compared to contractors on a flat terrain. Number two, they ensure uniformity and consistency throughout. So ideally, submissions that are identical in every respect should elicit the same response from different underwriters. So guidelines facilitate uniformity because they include acceptable approaches for evaluating applicants and their overall desirability of a particular type of risk or class of business. Next, number three, they synthesize insights and experience. So staff underwriters who assist with the insurer's unique or challenging accounts on a referral basis, they often are able to include different approaches that I've taken in that particular classification or line of business. So for many insurers, underwriting guidelines serve as a repository for like cumulative expertise among all underwriters. And number four, they distinguish between routine and non-routine decisions. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Routine decisions are those which the line underwriter clearly has decision-making authority according to the guidelines, and non-routine decisions are ones that fall outside of that underwriter's authority. So next, number five, they avoid duplication of effort. So what that means is as an underwriter, many of the same situations recur. And so if these problems are happening all the time and the situation has already been identified and solved previously, then the solution that should apply to all the similar situations that may arise in the future. So they're all treated the same. And then underwriting guidelines contain the information necessary to avoid costly duplication of effort. And number six brings us to that under the underwriting guidelines, they ensure adherence to reinsurance treaties and planned rate levels. So what this means is that compliance with underwriting guidelines ensures that coverage limits and accepted loss exposures will not exceed the insurer's treaty reinsurance. And this is because staff underwriters reflect those treaty limitations in the guidelines. And it also ensures selection of loss exposures in an overall book of business commensurate with the planned rate levels for those policies so they stay consistent. And seven, so they support policy preparation and compliance. So it includes rules and eligibility requirements for various rating plans. And this specialized information, such as eligibility for experience and retrospective rating, together with appropriate rating formulas, appear on the guidelines. And the underwriting guidelines also supports compliance with state regulatory requirements. So, as a staff underwriter, incorporates applicable regulations to the guidelines per state. Number eight, last but not least, honestly, one of the more important points is that they provide a basis for predictive models. So, all the data that's collected throughout all of these risk exposures that they underwriters take a look at. It's all put together in multiple data points of individual risk. So they are developed to rank the likelihood of an insurance loss based on profit potential. So all of this predictive modeling incorporates an underwriting thought process with the guidelines by assigning like a rank or score to all the variables presented by an account and all of its loss exposures. Thank you so much for listening.